Okay, let's just try a little experiment. Picture this. You're getting down on the floor to hold a plank. Just for 60 seconds. Right away, you can feel it, can't you? Your core starts to tighten, your arms begin to shake, and that little voice in your head kicks in, counting down every single second. You push through, you hit that 1-minute mark, and you feel accomplished. But what if you kept going?
What if you blew past that 1-minute mark? Past 5 minutes? Past an hour? I mean, what if you just kept holding that position for 10 straight hours? It sounds completely made up, right? Like a feat of superhuman strength that's just not possible for a real person.
Well, get this. It's not impossible. 10 hours, 10 minutes, and 10 seconds. That is the actual, legitimate world record for the longest plank ever held. And it was set by a man named George Hood. It's just a mind-bending display of endurance. And it begs the question, how on earth did he do it? Now, this is where it gets really fascinating. When people asked George how he pulled it off, he didn't really talk about his core strength or his physical training. He said the plank is 90% mental. He explained that he kept his mind busy, he focused on conversations with people around him, drawing energy from them. So right away, this whole thing shifts from being about the body to being all about the brain.
And that leads us to this whole idea of grit or mental toughness. We usually think of it as just pure willpower, just gritting your teeth and powering through. But what if there's more to it than that? What if there's an actual biological process at work here that we're only now starting to truly understand?
And here is the big twist. Modern science is actually showing us that grit isn't just some abstract concept or a personality trait. It's deeply, deeply rooted in our biology. In fact, one of the biggest clues we've found points to one specific protein floating around in our brains.
So what is this secret ingredient? What's the stuff that fuels our mental toughness? Well, you can think of it as a special kind of fertilizer, but instead of for your garden, it's for your brain cells. Okay, it has a bit of a mouthful of a name, Brain-Derived Neurotrophic Factor, or thankfully BDNF for short. It's this incredible protein that helps our neurons, our brain cells, to grow, to stay alive, and to build stronger, faster connections with each other. It's absolutely essential for things like learning, memory, and, you guessed it, mental resilience. So here's the key takeaway, the most important part. Forget the complicated scientific name. All you need to remember is this. BDNF is literally fertilizer for your brain. The more of it you have, the healthier, the stronger, and the more resilient your brain becomes. It's a really simple but incredibly powerful idea. All right, so the big question is, how do we get more of this amazing brain fertilizer? Well, a few things can give you a little boost, like getting out in the sun or eating blueberries. But the single most powerful, most effective way to ramp up your BDNF levels is, by far, exercise. Right, and this is a big but. Here's where it gets even more interesting. It turns out that not all exercise is created equal when it comes to making this brain fertilizer. The type of exercise you do matters a lot. There was this amazing study back in 2005 that showed this perfectly. Scientists found that purely exhausting physical tasks, like just swimming endlessly, produced way less BDNF than exercises that also required mental focus, like having to navigate a tricky maze. The takeaway? Your brain needs to be in on the game. And this connects all the dots perfectly. Activities that force you to combine physical effort with deep mental concentration. Think about things like yoga or, of course, the plank. Well, these activities have been shown to produce some of the absolute highest levels of BDNF ever measured in humans. This is the spot where physical endurance and mental grit are literally forged, one neuron at a time. The science is one thing, right? It's compelling. But the real power of this idea, the part that really hits you, is when you see how it impacts real people who are facing almost unbelievable challenges. So, let me tell you about a condition called Complex Regional Pain Syndrome, or CRPS. It's known in the medical world as one of the most agonizing, excruciatingly painful diseases on the planet. And the worst part? There is no known cure. To even try and give you an idea of the kind of pain we're talking about, one patient described this simple feeling of water dripping on their foot as feeling like someone was pouring molten lead on them. It's just a constant, debilitating agony. Now remember that image. A man named Daniel, who suffers from CRPS, did a plank for over 9 hours, resting on his afflicted arm. Just think about that for a second. An exercise that demands immense physical and mental focus helped someone endure one of the most painful conditions known to medicine.
This is that BDNF, that brain fertilizer in action.
So, this all brings it right back to you. You don't have to hold a plank for 9 hours. You don't even need to hold it for 9 minutes. But the next time you feel like you just need a little more grit in your life, you can try this really simple 1-minute challenge.
The steps couldn't be simpler. Find a spot, get into position. It can be on the floor or even just against a wall if that's more your speed. And as you hold it, don't just think about the burn. Really focus your mind. Engage with what you're doing. All you're aiming for is just 1 minute. Because that single minute of focused effort is so much more than just a physical exercise. You are actively creating that fertilizer for your brain. You are biologically building your own mental toughness from the inside out. It can be truly, truly transformative.
So I'll just leave you with this question. The next time you're facing a challenge, remember this incredible power you have to literally change your own brain chemistry. What could one transformative minute do for you?